Hey guys, this is Jacques from MakuluLinux and welcome to another video. So today we're going to look at Shift, some of the changes that I've been making, some of the updates, and yeah, so let's just dive straight into it. For those guys that don't know or that's watching this for the first time, Shift is a transformable Linux distro. It lets you transform your desktop environment to one of these six layouts with just a click of a button. Now you might think, well, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is it transforms the whole desktop. It transforms the panels, the menus, the icons, the wallpapers, the cursors, the colors, the transparency, everything. Like it literally transforms the whole desktop. This desktop environment, this number 3 over here, has a dock. The others have a panel. Things move around. You know, it's a very complex transformation, and it does it in a matter of seconds. Now, that's one of the updates today, is that I've added a lot of extra checks. I've had um, to make sure that things get triggered at the correct time, so things don't get messy, especially with the extensions. um, so let's dive right into it and let's see what's new. Before I get to the changes, laying out the different desktop environments, I just want to point out that I have put a shortcut on the desktop now that says Layout Manager. So you can either access it through the extension in the bottom panel, or via right-clicking and choosing Layout Manager, or simply double-clicking the Layout Manager icon on the desktop. So you have three routes to access it. The reason I do that is this is the GNOME framework, which means at any point in time some bad GNOME system update could come through that could mess up the extensions, for example, and you may not be able to access it there. That's the reason I put it in the right click menu, as well as the fact that it's quite easy to get to, because it doesn't really matter where you are. You can just right click Layout Manager even if you're busy opening up a file somewhere. You don't have to be on the desktop. So layout, this is the easiest way to get it. Right click Layout Manager, so easy. I put it on the desktop for the reason that I guess a lot of people that are not very tech savvy, and I've noticed a lot of the people that review Makulu distros, especially the reviewers, I don't know why they do this, but when they boot in for the first time, they just skip through the intro video. They don't watch it. And then they click around like monkeys, not knowing anything on the desktop. You know, they're like, oh, look at this, oh, it's, and I'm like, hello, why don't you look through the wallpapers? Why don't you look through the different theme options? The reviewer doesn't know because he didn't watch the intro video. He skipped right through it. I'm watching the video, I'm watching him skip through it, and then I think, wow, he's going to miss so many things, and then he does. So I've put it on the desktop so that if people, because you do get those people that skip through it, they can literally see, oh, what's this? Oh, it's a layout manager. Oh, I can change the desktop environment. Okay, so that's the reason I put it on the desktop. It's easy to delete. You can just right click delete if you don't like it there. Anyway, so there are three ways to access it. You'll also see this test update. Don't worry about that. That's just for the testers. That's going to be something new in the new build, but that's just for testing purposes, so don't worry about that. I have done quite a lot of made some changes to backgrounds. Let's just change to something like oh, first I want to show you the new changes. If you now change a layout, it will take a few extra seconds to change, but it's simply because I've put a couple of extra checks and triggers in to make sure that uh, nothing breaks or nothing conflicts or that nothing messes up. So that's purely everything on a timer system. Anyway, so if we click, for example, the Windows layout, let's click on that little picture. You will now see it will change white like it normally does. Then it will pop up a message. It will say, transforming your desktop, please be patient. And then a few seconds later, it's gone and it's done. So that's the system now. That's how it works. Previously, you had this ugly pop-up that was at the top of the screen, and you had to click it away. It was really messy, and it was just a little notification where this transforming actually does a lot of checks and stuff. It actually does work, does things in the background. Doesn't just give you a little message. So that's how easy it is. We can now just close this for a second, and I want to go to the backgrounds now. So the desktop backgrounds, if we go to the wallpapers, um, I didn't show this last time, but if you do right click a wallpaper, you'll notice that the name now says Lindows dash frizzy grass. If you open up right click another one, it will say Lindows sunflower field. So all of the wallpapers now for this Lindows layout will have the Lindows prefix name on the actual wallpaper. So all of the wallpaper will have the Lindows beach. So if we, for example, let's close this and let's go to Layout Manager again, and let's go to something like Flash. Again, it will go white, and then about a second or two later it will pop up a message. It will say transforming your desktop, please be patient. And when the message disappears, that's done. There we go, done. Much nicer, much neater, much cleaner. And not just that, there's actually things happening there. I mean, apart from the transforming, there's actually checks and triggers and stuff that make sure that nothing breaks. Okay, so we go select wallpaper now. We're in Flash. If we now right click here, it will say now Flash Whale, and click on something else there, it will say Flash Man of Steel, Flash Girl on Fire. So there again, with this desktop environment, it will actually have the Flash prefix on. If we go to Core, Layout Manager Core, it will be the same thing. All the wallpapers will have Core dash and then the wallpaper name. Now, the reason I did that, the reason I actually put a prefix before all the wallpapers, is because each time that the desktop transforms, it actually literally deletes and removes all the wallpapers. So if we transform the system, let's go to File System, User, Share, where's backgrounds? There's backgrounds. When we transform, everything here in the backgrounds folder, every single wallpaper gets deleted. It gets removed to make space for the new wallpapers. Because remember, when you change a layout, you change everything. You literally bring in a whole range of new wallpapers, new icons, everything. The old icons get deleted, the old wallpapers get deleted, the old cursor gets deleted, the old panel gets deleted, the old menu gets deleted. Everything gets deleted. It all gets removed and it gets replaced with new stuff. So the reason I put the prefix is, if you, for example, want to put in your own custom wallpaper, right? So you download a wallpaper, it's a custom wallpaper, it's your own wallpaper that you download, and you call it Big Tree, for example. Maybe it's a nice tree in the middle of nowhere, whatever, and you name it Big Tree. So now, firstly, if it didn't have the Flash prefix, and you pasted Big Tree, you'd have problems obviously conflicting here. But if you posted Big Tree in the Lindows environment, right, where there is no Big Tree, and then you bring over, you transform to Flash, it would remove the Big Tree wallpaper and it would replace it with this one. Do you understand? So to prevent that conflict of wallpapers mixing and matching when users are putting in their own wallpapers, I've put prefixes on all of the wallpapers. So that solves that problem. That's number one. It solves the problem of users, accidentally naming their wallpapers the same as a wallpaper that exists in the system. So I didn't want that conflict, and so I put a prefix on the wallpapers. It was just an easy solution. The second reason why I use the prefix is because it's nice and neat. If I look at all the wallpapers now, I can see this is the Flash from the Flash environment. These are all the Flash wallpapers because they have the Flash prefix. If I open the wallpapers and they say all Lindows, then I know they belong to the Lindows. So it's nice and neat. I like things orderly and neat. So each environment will now have wallpapers labeled according to that environment, which is nice. It kills two birds with one stone. Number one, it makes it neat, easy to identify wallpapers where they belong, and two, it stops wallpapers conflicting with custom wallpapers that the user might download. So now you can download your custom wallpapers, as many as you want. You can go crazy putting them in the backgrounds folder, and it doesn't matter if you transform between environments. your wallpapers will never get removed by the system. The only way to remove them is if you click to remove them. They won't get removed by the system. Also, notice that some of these icons are also changing. For example, you see the test update now, and you see the layout manager there. Let's transform back to Windows, for example, and then have a look at those icons. Let's give it a second. Now it's transforming your desktop, and that will go away, and it will be done. There we go. As you can see, the layout manager icon looks different. The test update icon also looks different. So the icons are changing. It's not only the folder icons that change, because I know in most of the videos that I do, you only really see these folder icons. It's not just those that change, it's all the others as well. Even this inserted live disk there. Live installer will always stay the same because I use a custom icon there. But the layout manager, as you can see, the trash, the test update, they change. They change with each environment. Some of these icon packs do share icons, so it doesn't change with all of them, but most of them it does. If we go, for example, now again to something like Unity, go white, and then pop up the message and say transforming your desktop, please be patient, and it's done. There we go. Again, now you'll see that this icon set actually shares the same icon set as core. So yeah, not this. It's not the same icons. There are many icons that are different, but it inherits some of the icons from the same pack that uses core. If we go now, for example, to simple layout, and give it a second, so transforming your desktop, please be patient, and it's done. There we go. Here you'll see again the layout manager has changed to a different icon, but the test update icon stayed the same. So the icons do change. You'll see the live CDs icon has changed as well though. So for the guys that are watching this for the first time, the environments don't just simply change the layout, they change everything. They change icon sets, the cursor sets, panels, transparency, color variations. I mean, everything gets changed, everything to match the environment that you're changing to. We also have the themes, of course, and I don't know if I showed this in the last video or not, but they are complete now. So you can you have a variety of 20 cursors, and you can use this in each and every of these environments. Now, they're available through, doesn't matter which environment you choose, you can just select a mouse cursor, it changes on the fly. Of course, you also have these color packs, so you can now just change like a color as well, and that will change the actual color of the GTK theme, as well as the icon packs as well. Also the right clicking menus, and pretty much everything that highlights or anything that colors will change to blue. Again, changing to purple will then again affect everything that's was red. Blue goes to purple, green to green, and so forth, so forth, so forth. So you've got like nice 24 color variations here. No, not 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 14 color variations here, and 20 cursors. Sorry, I got my numbers mixed up. So these cursors are easy. You can just click on any of these cursors. Some of them are quite nice. Some of them are already in the system as part of the layouts, and some of them not. Just a nice little variety of cursors. And of course, you want to go left or right, we have that as well. Big people that like big mouse cursors too, there's one for you guys. And yeah, just a nice little variety. I might still change this up, might add more, I don't know. Right now this is just a nice little variety of cursors available. And of course, like I said, it goes through to all the desktop environments. So for example, we're in simple now. Let's go back to Windows, the Windows environment. You will see that the cursor changes back, of course, because everything will change back. There we go, finish transformed, icons have changed, everything's changed. But if I right click now and I choose themes, I can again select a cursor to whichever one, you know, like if this is your favorite cursor or whatever, you can just use that. And of course, clicking on a color will change the actual again, change the theme, the system theme as a whole. Now, should you wish to actually use this cursor through and keep the same cursor in like this layout or another layout, you can go to settings, continue, and update the layout. Remember that. If you update the layout, for example, I'm in Windows now. If I like the orange and I like this cursor or whatever, and I click update layout, the next time I change to Windows, it will use this cursor and it will have that color, blah blah blah. So again, it's all about what setting up your environment the way you want to, and then clicking update and so forth. You can always click restore to bring it back to the default one if you wish. So the big change today is the fact that I've literally added so many checks and triggers. My fingers are sore from typing. I tell you, I kid you not. I've spent hours and hours and hours on this non-stop. Um, Backend, it's mostly all backend stuff, just to make sure that when you transform your environment that nothing goes wrong, that desktop wallpapers don't get left over, that extensions don't break or get deleted or whatever the case might be, to make sure that things get removed properly, things get added properly, things get synced properly, that the color variations follow through, and everything, just everything. So there's a lot of checks that happen now, which is great. um, I don't think there will be any more problems with transforming, because I did have a couple of glitches here and there, not many, and that actually made me just sort of take the long route and just to make sure. But you can see it is a much smoother process. It takes a 1 or 2 seconds longer, but it's nicer with the little pop-up message that says transforming your desktop, and when the message is gone, everything's done. So that's it. That's the update today. I actually think this is. I'm still working on the some of the wallpapers here for these three. The wallpaper pack is shaping up nicely. There's loads more than there was before. I think I've added about 10 or 12 new ones. It does take time. I sit and I'm so fussy with wallpapers that I could download almost everything I see, but for every like 200 wallpapers I download, I might just keep one. And I mean, it takes me a whole week to search for that many wallpapers, sometimes a couple of weeks, and then out of all of those wallpapers, I'll just keep one and toss the rest. So it takes time to build wallpaper packs. It really does. People keep saying, "Oh, these wallpaper packs in Makulu are so nice." Yeah, they are nice for a reason, because I spend months on wallpapers. Like I said, I will download 200 wallpapers over a week or two or three or four, and then I'll end up tossing most of them and keeping one, maybe two. So it takes incredibly long time for me to download wallpapers and then match them so that they flow. Anyway, so I am slowly building the wallpaper pack for these three at the bottom here. When they're done, they're going to look stunning, of course, just like the top three. However, the bottom three, I'm actually going to make one wallpaper pack that's shared between the three of them. There's going to be one or two extra wallpapers in each. So if you click on this one, you'll get maybe one or two that aren't in the other in the other two environments. But I'd say 95% of the wallpapers that are in this one will also be in this one, and also will be in this one. There's going to be a couple on each just to give it a little bit of uniqueness, but it's going to be one wallpaper pack. Don't worry. I know what you're thinking. Oh, why not? No, don't worry. It's going to look nice. The top three already have their wallpaper packs, which is why I've split them into three different ones, because they already have wallpaper packs. I spent a long time. I mean, this is years in the making, all three of them. Windows we've been doing since like 2015 or 2016. Flash just as long. Core is about 2 years now, 3 years that we've been doing Core. And slowly over time I built wallpapers. So you think these wallpapers are all nice? In these three, they literally took years to make. To get those wallpaper packs, it's years in the making. So yeah, I don't have time to spend 3 more years getting wallpapers for each of these. So I'm going to make like one wallpaper pack, but add a couple of unique ones for each environment. But don't worry, it's going to be pretty, it's going to be stunning. So that's it. That's the update for today. I guess not really much news, but at least progress. You know, all the pretty stuff is front end, but all the stuff that matters is back end. So the back end work is very important, because you don't want to click on a desktop environment and start losing packages, losing your custom wallpapers, or having annoying glitches like you click and now the screen is white and the wallpaper didn't load properly, or the cursor didn't load properly, so now you're gonna go reboot the PC and try again. You don't want any of that. You click something and you don't mind waiting the 4 or 5 or 6 seconds, and then it's done, and then everything is where it's supposed to be. It's loaded the way it's supposed to load, and it's all working. And that's back end. So there's a lot of back end work going on. So that's my update for today, guys. I guess not that much news, but yeah, some news. Progress is always good. I tell you, when I'm finished with this, it's going to be the most beautiful distro in the world, guaranteed. I don't even want to. It's going to be awesome, awesome. Individually, there might be a couple of distros out there that I think might look really nice, but I don't think they're gonna be able to match up to Makulu Shift, simply because we don't just, it's a 6-in-1, 6 environments in one distro, and you can just click between them. They each come with their own unique feel, their own look, their own wallpapers, their own menus, their own panels, their own color variations, their own transparency, their own icon sets, everything. So yeah, just their own identity. Each one has their own identity. And look there, few seconds, boom, I'm in a different environment. It just looks awesome. Anyway, so that's the update, guys. I guess not that much news, but it is news, and it's good news. So yeah, I'll keep working on this. There's still a couple of things to do, but the back end, I'm actually not that far from finished. So I'm actually, the speed that this has gone at, wow. Just, I haven't slept much the last few weeks, but I've been so excited to do this, so yeah, I guess it's probably one of the, when you're excited about something, you put all your effort into it, all your focus is on it. So I've been very, very focused the last few weeks, and I guess it shows. You can see. Anyway, that's it, guys. Keep watching videos. I know everybody's waiting for the core. I am still working on that too. I've just got to prioritize things, and I have to still give Windows space to breathe. I mean, we've only just released it, like a month and a bit ago. It's still, people are still learning about it as well. And we were just listed on the Linux Insider yesterday, so you still got to give that time to circulate too. So Shift and Core are in development. In fact, I would say Shift is not that far from finished, really. I mean, there's still some back-end stuff to do, and still some other stuff I'd love to do, but it's already fully functional. I mean, you can see there's not much left to do. So yeah, all in due time, I guess. And remember to support the project, guys. That's one thing that I was thinking to myself yesterday was I would really like to buy a new laptop this year. I'm literally working on a laptop dated 2011 model. That's it. I can't even put more than 2.5 gigs of RAM to assign to a virtual machine, because if I assign any more than that, my PC crashes. In fact, it crashes like 3 times a week anyway. But this is a really old laptop that I'm using, so I don't think I'm going to do another release until I start working on some kind of cash flow idea to make some more money for the project, because for years now I've been saying, like, yeah, I'd love to just upgrade my hardware and fund the project a little bit, but it kind of just seems to fall on deaf ears. So I'm going to have to come up with some plan, but 2021, I'm not going to end it on this machine. So yeah, I'll think of that, but keep that in mind. If you guys are sitting there thinking, should I help donate to the project, or shouldn't I? Just remember what I'm working on. I'm literally working on a whole PC Acer machine dated 2011. That's it. A 2011 machine. I shouldn't be doing this kind of work on this machine, spending so much time on it. I don't think it's right. Anyway, that's it, guys. Support the project if you want to. The links are at the bottom. It's purely optional. I know I'm saying, but anyway. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And keep well and stay safe. Bye bye.